feeling like endo is controlling my life again, which I haven't felt in a couple of years. But unfortunately, chronic illness is an ebb and flow, a roller coaster, if you will. I guess I should put a trigger warning on this that we're going to talk about weight gain and stuff, but I don't have an eating disorder. We're not talking about anything like that, but definitely body image, weight gain, hormone fluctuation, and stuff like that. Do you experience intense period pain, cramps, and other symptoms that just don't feel, well, normal? Some Days, a company that makes all natural period pain relief products, was founded by Lux, who experienced debilitating pain for 20 years before being diagnosed with endometriosis. They don't want you to have to wait to get the care you deserve, so they launched the world's first clinically validated AI-powered online endometriosis risk assessment tool. And it's free. Visit somedays.com to learn more and use code Chronic Chronicles. Hi guys, welcome back to the Chronic Chronicles. I'm Lexi, I'm your host, and this is officially season 2, which feels really surreal to say out loud. We've gone through a whole year of the Chronic Chronicles podcast together. Whether you've been here from the beginning or you're just tuning in, thank you for being a part of this space. Thank you for tuning into the podcast. I knew I wanted to start the season with something honest. Well, full transparency, I didn't know what I wanted to talk about today. I mean, I have like a lot of ideas, but I will say recently, like the last, I don't know, maybe month, my brain has just felt really heavy. And like there's so many ideas floating around of things that I know would be really good topics or really good things to hit on, but I just feel tired and I feel like I don't have anything like worthy to say, which I know this is a weird way to start season 2, but I thought, you know what, we'll just start it with vulnerability. I'm not going to like force something. So hopefully you guys can just meet me where I am today. Things have just been feeling really heavy. It's just so crazy because everything is so good in life. Like there are so many good things happening, and I'm so happy and I'm so thankful, but everything just feels like my brain just feels heavy. It feels heavy. So this episode, we're just going to talk about things that I've been feeling recently. I've been venting about a lot of these things to my friends, and they just keep saying, you should talk about these things on the podcast. And I'm like, do people want to hear about this? I don't know. So I guess I'm just going to take their advice and we're just going to talk. We're going to talk about it. I'm not really sure. I have like a topic idea of what I want to talk about, which is really like body image and endometriosis, and also like feeling like endo is controlling my life again, which I haven't felt in a couple of years. But unfortunately, chronic illness is an ebb and flow, a roller coaster, if you will. I guess I'm feeling ways that I didn't think I would feel again, but I am feeling that way. So we're going to talk about that stuff. If you've ever felt like your body was holding you back from your life, your dreams, who you want to be, or you're constantly wrestling with how you see yourself in your body, like you look in the mirror and that isn't what you think, like that's not who you think you are, that's what we're going to talk about today. If you've ever felt those feelings before, then I think you'll feel seen here. I'm not going to lie to you, this is not like an easy topic for me to talk about with the world, but we're gonna try. So we're gonna try. And I even did not wear makeup for you guys today, so we can be completely vulnerable with each other. I am like breaking out a little bit, and my eye bags, the darkness, I'm like staring at the camera at myself and staring at my eye bags. I'm just trying to take back some of my identity that I feel like I've been losing a little bit. It's been hard. So yeah, today we're talking about body image, living with endo specifically, but in reality, it can be transferable to probably any chronic illness, and the complicated truth about wanting more for yourself, but feeling like mentally more for yourself, but feeling like your body just isn't there, and wanting more for yourself while not being sure if your body can just like come along for the ride. I've always had a really complicated relationship with my body. Actually, that's not fully true. I didn't start having a complicated relationship with my body until a couple of years, well, probably 5 years ago. I feel like most of my teenage years, I mean, I won't lie to you, I always thought that I was chubby, which is crazy. Looking back at my pictures when I was like 19, I literally was 110 pounds. Like I was small. But I don't know. I was a flyer in cheerleading and I was supposed to be skinny and I definitely didn't have like body image issues necessarily. I just like always thought that I was bigger than what I was. And I just always thought I would be skinny. I just always thought I would be skinny. I thought I had a high metabolism. I could eat whatever I wanted. I've always eaten like really sugary foods. I just thought that was me. I thought that was me. But I feel like in the past like 5 years for sure, I've gotten a more complicated relationship with my body. Chronic illness has definitely made it louder. Endometriosis, endobelly specifically has made the voices in my head almost too extreme for me to live my life or like want to leave my house. Endometriosis, PCOS, those ones in particular, I have other chronic illnesses, but those ones in particular are the conditions for me that come with like bloating, weight fluctuations, pain, fatigue, hormonal chaos, and they just chip away at my confidence. Like, I don't think when I look back on it, it was like a slow evolving thing. It's not like I gained 50 pounds overnight, okay? But full transparency, I have gained probably 50 pounds over the last 5 years, which is a lot. Like that is especially for me in my 5'2" body. And I say that with also trying to lose weight that entire time. For the past 5 years, I have tried to lose weight. Maybe not like perfectly, but I've tried like different diets. I haven't stuck to things long term because, diets are just not sustainable. Different exercise routines, the 75 hard, 75 soft, 75 medium, like different TikTok trends, going to the doctor, telling them that I'm like continually gaining weight no matter what I do, supplements, medications, not medications for weight loss, but like medications in general. Um, and for hormones, I guess. And without a doubt, I have continued to gain weight. And I guess I should put a trigger warning on this that we're going to talk about weight gain and stuff, but I don't have an eating disorder. We're not talking about anything like that, but definitely body image, weight gain, hormone fluctuation, and stuff like that. So, um, I don't know. Some days, actually, most days, 99% of the time, I look in the mirror and I do not recognize myself. I look in the mirror and I am just so sad that I look like this, because I don't feel like I have any control over what I look like or the weight that I gain or lose. And specifically for the past 12 months, I have tried hard to lose weight, and instead, I've gained 19 pounds. I'm sorry. Like, what? It's the most infuriating and frustrating thing. And I know that these are minimal, like, I know that it's not the biggest issue in the world. I understand that. But when I tell you that this is affecting me so much now that I do not want to go do anything. I don't even want to go. It's hard. I still do go to the gym and go to Pilates and stuff, but it is hard for me to go because I cannot fathom what I look like and I'm embarrassed and I feel like everybody's looking at me. And I know logically nobody is. And I know logically I'm actually not fat. Like, I mean, I am overweight, but like I'm not, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying. I know that realistically, but in my thoughts and in my brain, I am so awful to myself. Like, and I can't, it's so hard for me to control it. Like, so hard. And I feel like I see everyone else around me losing weight and going on runs, and I can't go on runs because my body freaks out when I do that. I want to be a runner girl. I want to set habits like that. But the second I go do anything like that, I have an endometriosis flare from hell the next day. It is awful. And I thought that I was getting stuff under control. Um, and I'm not. Nothing is under control. My body is in constant war with me every single day. I go to bed bloated, I wake up bloated. I get barely any sleep. I'm waking up every couple of hours because I have to pee every couple of hours. I'm uncomfortable. My boobs hurt 24/7. It used to be just a couple, like maybe like 2 weeks during the month or a week that my boobs would be really in pain. No, no, no. They're in pain almost all month. Like they hurt. And I'm not talking, oh, my boobs hurt a little bit. They're achy. No, no, no. I'm talking heavy, achy pain 24/7. Can't sleep because they're literally aching. Like I feel like I need to wear like tight sports bras to sleep because they hurt. It's like constant that my body is just pissed off at me. Back to the mirror thing, I just want to say that when I look in the mirror and I don't recognize myself, I don't even think that it's just because I've changed, but it's because I don't feel like myself in my body. Like when I close my eyes and I think about me and what I look like, and then I look in the mirror, those are very different people. Like that's not me. It's like my reflection is somebody else. Somebody swollen, somebody tired, somebody's face that looks completely different, that their eyes are swollen all the time and their face looks swollen and their eye darkness is so dark and they just look tired, somebody older than what they are, somebody whose body is portraying them every day. That's just not me. That's not who I think I am. And on the worst days, I catch myself resenting this body, like fully hating that this is who I am. I resent that this body doesn't cooperate. It doesn't feel normal. It affects my friendships. It affects my relationship. It affects every single aspect of my life. It doesn't look like the filtered, high functioning, symptom free bodies that I see online. It doesn't even look like some of the people that I follow online that have chronic illnesses. I'm like, why did I get the endo that makes me gain weight like crazy? Why? Like, I'm pissed. I'm mad at myself. And I'm mad at whatever higher power designed me this way because, like, why? Like, what did I do wrong? But I'm also trying to remember that this body is carrying me through every flare, every appointment, every day I show up for others, and every day I still wake up every morning and try to show up for myself. I try to every single day reduce sugar, eat more protein, eat more fiber, take all my supplements, go to Pilates, walk 10,000 steps, drink enough water, drink an element, take my iron every single day. And I go to bed and I'm bloated as fuck and my boobs hurt and I look fat and everything's swollen and I'm not taking enough iron. My body won't freaking absorb the iron, so my eyes are dark as hell. But I'm working on gratitude and I'm working on being graceful and I'm working on having space to balance these feelings and to be upset, but also to not sit in that. And it's so hard and it's so messy. And I feel like I can't ever talk about it because nobody wants to be friends with the girl that is constantly talking about how ugly they are or how fat they are or how much their body hurts or what's wrong today. So who can I talk to about it? My therapist. But then we end up having the same conversations 24/7 because nothing is changing. It's really hard. And I feel like I try really hard to push through and to go to like the Pilates classes. I really like Pilates. Most of the time, my body feels okay. Today, I went to Pilates and I was actually feeling fine. But we were doing mostly like an ab-based workout, and I felt like I had to pee the entire time. Now, I have interstitial cystitis, so I have like inflammation around my bladder from endometriosis. And I feel like I have to pee every hour at least. So honestly, sometimes every 30 minutes, but at least every hour, which keeps me up at night, by the way, because I have to wake up at least twice throughout the night to go pee. And most of the time, I actually don't even have to pee that much. It's like trickles, but it feels like I'm going to pee myself. And for some reason today, because we were doing maybe just 40 minutes of straight core, but with every ab workout, I felt like I was going to pee myself. And it was a mental battle telling myself, no, no, Lexi, you just peed before this class started. There's no way you have to pee right now. So just keep pushing through it. But it's such a like mental battle when your body is literally signaling to you that you have to go to the bathroom. Don't flex your abs right now because you're gonna pee yourself. But in reality, I wasn't. Like my body is lying to me. That wasn't true. So that's like a whole nother thing. But it's just weird. And then the other thing that's really sitting heavy on me is, I mean, literally and emotionally, is with PCOS and insulin resistance, weight loss is a whole different breed. And I feel like I'm doing all of the like quote unquote right things, right? Like I'm even seeing a dietitian now. I feel like I'm doing the right things. I've adjusted my meals. Like I said, I've upped my protein. I've added in low impact workouts. I take supplements. I cut back on sugar. I eat more fiber, all of the things I said earlier. Oh, also, and I'm tracking everything, MyFitnessPal, which is also like the bane of my existence because what the hell? The fact that I know how many calories are in things now is just ugh. But anyways, I mean, for a while you kind of have to track everything to just figure out what's going on. And I'm trying, but like I said, the scale just keeps moving up. The scale keeps going up. I just bought jeans 2 months ago and I can't fucking button them. Like, why? It messes with your head. And it's not just about the number. It's about doing everything in your power to feel better, to gain some control, and still feeling just stuck and completely out of control. It's so frustrating to hear advice like just eat less, move more, don't walk 10,000 steps, walk 15,000 steps. Like anybody has time to walk 5 miles every day. Please tell me how you do that. I work from home and I can barely get 10,000 steps, okay? It's a lot of time and energy. But that advice to just eat less, move more when you're dealing with a hormonal condition that literally rewires how your body stores fat and handles glucose, this is not laziness. I am not lazy. I am not gaining 50 pounds because I'm lazy. And I know that. I'm trying, every time I'm hard on myself, I'm trying to remind myself that I am fighting against my body, literally. Like my body is fighting me. It is quite literally a metabolic fight, and one that feels so isolating when the world only sees me from the outside. Like I said, I've been trying to shift my focus from being so hard on myself to being somebody who has grace for themselves. But sometimes it is just not possible. I just really have a hard time. So maybe trying to shift the focus from weight loss to gaining strength and energy and just reducing inflammation, but I don't know how. I feel like I'm at the point where I've tried anything and everything and it just hasn't cut it. I just want to feel good in my body again. I just want to be able to put on jeans and not feel awful. I want to see a picture of myself and not feel the way that I feel. And I want to be able to like enjoy going out and doing things and not worrying about having to wear a baggy sweatshirt. Because summer is coming. Even today, it's 77 degrees and it's beautiful and sunny outside. And I can't get myself to go out because I feel like I need to be wearing a baggy sweatshirt and it's so hot outside. I like what I would give to take a picture and not overanalyze every single inch of it. Seriously. And I know that I'm not alone in this, which I want to say again, this is like so hard for me to put out there because I'm worried that people are going to take it wrong and I'm worried that people are going to not understand where I'm coming from. But the reason that I'm continuing forward in this episode is because I know that I'm not alone in this. I know that there are other people that think this way and feel this way. And I know that this is an internal monologue in more than just my brain. So I'm so sorry if you feel this way and you are so valid. It's so hard. I mean, if I'm being fully honest, endo has felt heavier lately. It really has, not just physically, although, yeah, the pain has been flaring, but the emotional weight of it has felt suffocating. There's a specific kind of grief that comes with chronic illness, a grief that doesn't follow a timeline. I mean, most grief doesn't, but chronic illness specifically. It feels like you can be like totally recovered from the way, like totally recovered from some things. Like I seriously thought I was like out of this. I thought I was out of feeling like shit about myself and feeling bad about having endometriosis and feeling like victimized in it. Like somebody did this to me and it's not fair. I really thought I was through that, but I'm not. It's back. It's a grief that doesn't follow a normal ebb and flow. It's one that shows up when you least expect it, when you feel like you're doing your best, and then all of a sudden you're not. Like when you have to cancel plans again, or when you wake up and realize that today, has to revolve around managing your symptoms, not managing your goals. There's a version of me that feels tired of being resilient. I feel tired of pushing through. I feel exhausted of smiling through when it feels like this inside. I feel really awful to be around because I'm not smiling anymore when I'm going out with people and we're hanging out and I'm just not fun to be around. I feel like screaming. I don't feel like myself. And lately, that grief has turned into fear of not just pain, but fear of the future and fear that I will never feel good again. Like, not just physically, but like mentally, in my body too. Like, if I don't get this under control, I'm never going to feel like me again. And some of you already know this. We've talked about this, but like in my last solo episode, I talked about Washington, D.C. and the whole medical school stuff and like the way that I was feeling about that and how I felt like endo took that away from me. But here's another thing that I've been thinking a lot about, not just recently, like literally for the past 2 years, but have really struggled with how this would work. And honestly, I really wasn't going to tell anyone outside of, the like my partner and maybe a couple of close friends, but I just wasn't gonna like post about it in my, you know, real life or even on this or talk about any of this. Honestly, for the fear of failure and the fear of people's opinions, but really the fear of failure. And I don't mean like academic failure, I mean like my body failure, which would still be a failure in my brain. But I've been thinking a lot about going back to school, about how it would be possible to pursue a future in medicine, and about how I can be as close to my original goals as possible and what that would look like what kind of career would still feel really fulfilling and like something I'm passionate about, and also something that might be okay on my body. So originally, I wanted to go to medical school to be an MD and focus on either neonatal pediatrics, because I have preemie brothers, or endometriosis surgery, like specializing in endo. I know they're very different, but both of those are pretty intense. Both of them would have been in surgery. And I discovered pretty early on in my medical school journey that surgery would not work for my body for like a lot of realistic reasons. Like standing in surgery, not being able to sit down for long periods of time wouldn't be possible for my body, like if I'm having an endo flare. Also, the fact that I have to pee every hour would be really difficult when you're in surgery for long periods of time. So that shifted to like primary care to focus on chronic illnesses, um, which also started to shift my mindset from being locked into medical school to be an MD or a DO to thinking more about, okay, are there other paths that I could do to become a provider, like a PA or an NP? Well, at that point, I was like, I'm just going to keep the path that I'm on because I already was like signed up to take the MCAT. And I'm like, well, I might as well just keep the path. Okay. Fast forward, we're now 2 years past all of that. Okay. And I don't regret any of that. I think that it taught me a lot. And I did push my body and I did learn things about my body. And I do know a lot about, well, maybe not a lot, but I know background on a lot of things like that you have to know for the MCAT and a lot of science. I got a master's through that. Like, I don't regret any of that. That all being said, I still, 2 years later, just feel so pulled to working in medicine and becoming a provider for people like us, the ones with the invisible stuff, the ones with the chronic health, and the ones who really need somebody to believe them. And it's just been it's been something that I literally can't get away from. Like I've been doing other jobs and I just don't feel fulfilled. And I feel like I'm trying to fill a hole that I know in the back of my head won't be filled unless I continue on the path or switch my path or something to become a provider. But the really scary part is I don't know if my body can handle it. I know that mentally I'm smart enough to handle that stuff. I don't know if my body can. And when I get into these fights with my body where I have brain fog, low energy, I'm in pain, things get pushed to the wayside. Not because I want to, but because I literally have to deal with the really bad pain that I'm in or the fact that I can't keep my eyes open. And I went through that in grad school and in undergrad and with the MCAT. And so there's that part that scares me that if I were to go back to school, either nursing or PA or anything like that, full transparency, I'm leaning towards nursing. But if I were to do that, the schooling part of it, that's what I'm scared of with endo. I'm also scared of 12-hour shifts. What if my body can handle that? I mean, I worked 12-hour shifts for years in dialysis, and I mean, it was really hard, but I also really enjoyed it. But when I had flares, it was really hard. Like, I was in a lot of pain and had to help patients that were in pain or needed help. So that's just the reality of that situation. Now I know that there are people in the medical field, in the healthcare field, that have endometriosis or other chronic illnesses that they do these jobs, but I mean, right now, I'm not gonna lie, I have a pretty cushy life. I work from home. I have a pretty flexible schedule. Um, I mean, I don't make great money, but I make okay enough to live. And I mean, I like my job. I'm not feeling super passionate about it, but I like it. So that it's just a really scary point. I don't know what to do. I don't, the biggest thing is I want to do it, but I don't know if my body can handle it, even past the schooling. If we get through nursing and we get through nurse practitioner, or if we get through nursing and then we get through NP school, can my body do a nursing job? I don't know, like I'm scared. How do I sign up for a life that demands 12-hour shifts, potential overnight shifts, potentially high stress training, potential, I mean, depending on what I'm doing, like there's the potential for running around, you know. How do I sign up for that? When some days I'm just wiped out after just showering. How do I trust my body to keep up when it's already made me cancel so many things? But yet I just can't get this out of my head for the past 2 years. I mean, longer than that in reality. I'm talking about nursing specifically for the past 2 years, but like medicine for the past nine. I just, I can't seem to let the dream go. Maybe someone like me needs to be in medicine. Maybe it's okay if I do it a little differently, if it takes a little longer, or if I ask for accommodations, or maybe there's part of rewriting what success looks like when you're sick. Still, I wish I didn't have to negotiate with my body just to chase something I want. I just feel like I am at a fork in the road with this, and I just really don't know what to do. And I feel like my body has made decisions for me in the past and has made a lot of decisions for my body in the past. Um, that it's hard when you have to, like, that's a part of chronic illness that I don't know if people really talk about, is that when you are deciding things in your life, you have to heavily contemplate if you're able to do it or not because of your chronic illness. You can't just decide, okay, do I have the requirements? Do I meet everything? Okay, yeah, I'll do it. No, no, no. Do I have the requirements? Do I meet everything? And can my body handle this? It's just unfortunate that there has to be so many extra steps to figure out if you can do what you want to do. So here's what I'm trying to do right now. Here's what I'm trying to hold on to right now. Let's switch this from complaining the whole episode, even though we're not complaining, we're venting. And I'm praying to God that this hits home with somebody and that I'm not alone in feeling this way. But also, I don't want anyone to feel this way, but you know what I mean. Here's what I'm trying to hold on to right now. One, your body is not your enemy. Two, you're allowed to grieve and still have hope at the exact same time. Three, resting does not make you weak, it makes you strategic. So if I were to do this program and I have to like set study schedules, I need to also set in buffer times if I'm having a flare or I need resting to make sure that that doesn't make me fall back or fall behind. Four, you can still want big things and still move at your own pace and listen to your body. And five, your story matters in spaces where decisions get made, especially in medicine. If you're listening to this and you've been doubting yourself or you feel like your body's been holding you back, I just want to say to you, me too, and I see you. This season on the Chronic Chronicles, we're going to keep exploring the hard stuff, but also the healing stuff, the joyful stuff, the community stuff. Thank you for being here and thank you for letting me share what's on my heart today. If this episode spoke to you, please share it with a friend, tag me, or send me a DM. I'd love to hear your story too. And if you're in that messy middle between hurting and healing, you're not alone. I'm here too. Season 2 is officially here. Let's do this together.